Now to the fallout from insecurity in Nigeria, which is seriously of international concern. The International Committee of the Red Cross, that's the ICRC, says more than 25,000 persons are missing in Nigeria as a result of the ongoing insurgency in the northeast region of the country. The head of the delegation of the ICRC, Yann Bonzon, says this is in addition to the over 2,000 cases of missing persons the organization registered after January 2021. And speaking at an event in Abuja to mark the 2022 International Day of the Disappeared, he said more than half of the missing persons registered in Northeast were minors at the time of their disappearance. Mr. Bonzon also revealed that women are the second highest number of victims of disappearance. He identified the lack of data and political will as major challenges to proper documentation of disappeared persons in Nigeria. And joining me now from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, to discuss this situation is the ICRC Communications Coordinator in Nigeria, Robin Wilder. Good to have you join us.
Thank you.
So I just want to take, because I saw a report from ICRC, and I just want to look at some of the figures, and then you give us a broader context to these figures. It says that 64,000 cases of disappeared persons have been reported in Africa. And then in Nigeria, over 25,000 people have been reported missing. And then almost 14,000 or more than half of the missing are children. Give us a broader context to these figures, because it seems just like figures when you look at them. But talk to us more on this in terms of the factors that have led to the disappearance of these persons.
Thank you for having us. As you've already mentioned, 64,000 people are missing in the whole of Africa. And out of those, about 40%, which is 25,000 people are reported missing to the ICRC. So these are reports we've got from family members and relatives that have been brought to us saying that my grandmother is missing, or my father or my sister. So these are real people, all who belong to families. So these 25,000 people have gone missing because of conflict. Maybe their village has been attacked, or they've fled their homes and been separated from their family members. So nobody knows what happened to them or where they are now. That is why their families are still looking for them. 25,000 people. And the figure of 14,000 children, that is more than half of the 25,000. These are children who get separated from their families. Suddenly the family doesn't know where they are or what happened to them. And then the family keeps looking for them for years and years to come. And our job is to help these families to be able to reconcile them with their loved one who have gone missing. This is a humanitarian service that the International Committee of the Red Cross has a mandate and mission to do.
And from what you say, it does also sound like these 64,000 are just those that have been recorded, which means that some cases have gone unreported, and therefore the numbers and figures could be more than 64,000 in Africa and about 25,000 in Nigeria. But I want to talk to you about, because I know that insecurity has played a role. How does this happen? We know that children are the majority of these numbers and people who have gone missing. But talk to us about how this plays out. Because again, when there is displacement, how do we lose children in that situation?
Children are mostly affected because, they don't stay in the home like the adults. Sometimes when displacement is happening, say, as I mentioned, if a village gets attacked, the children will probably be playing in the fields, or they'll be at school or away with their homes. From their homes, and when the family is forced to flee, they might not have an option of waiting for the children, or they might even look for them and not be able to find them. But some of these children have been missing for so many years. So I say that 14,000 are recorded when they were children. Some of them, years have passed and they're not children anymore, but these are the numbers that we are looking for. But children are affected because of the reasons I have just mentioned, more and more.
And one worries about risk like exploitation and trafficking. But talk to us about efforts being made to ensure that, I know you said that at a time where they were missing, most of them were children. But is there any effort being made at this time, whether by the ICRC or the government here in Nigeria, to ensure that at least some of these missing persons are recovered?
Yes, indeed. The International Committee of the Red Cross, the ICRC, is working first and foremost with the Nigerian Red Cross Society, the NRCS, because the Nigerian Red Cross has a network of a lot of volunteers and staff all over the country, and more so in the areas where we are working in the Northeast, that's Yobe, Adamawa, and Borno. This is where our focus is. We are not working only with the Nigerian Red Cross because we are natural partners as part of the Red Cross movement, but we're also working with the government authorities, the security forces as well. We have a very good relationship working with the Federal Ministry of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, as well as with the Human Rights Commission. So the first thing we are trying to do is to get these people recognized at the highest level, and a database is in the making, a database that will record them and have their names and all the information, as well as the rights that they have as citizens. First and foremost, according to international laws, the missing need to be found and their families have the right to know. Because these families, of course, this is a family member. You can imagine if a family member is missing for 10 minutes. Some have had them missing for 10 years. So the effort is very real. And today we had a press conference together with the Ministry and the Human Rights Commission to explain what we are doing together in partnership with the Nigerian Red Cross as well.
And what are the gaps? Because you have said that some of them have been missing for as much as 10 years. 10 years is a really long time. For a child that was missing at 5 or 10, they're either now 15 or 20. What are the gaps? Why so long a time in trying to find them?
It's very difficult to find these missing people because first and foremost, nobody knows where they went to. It's also difficult to find them because even if we work with the Nigerian Red Cross and its good network, it's not possible to go everywhere in different parts of the country where we think that they might be. You mentioned insecurity. That is one main problem. Then the past 2 years or so when we were faced with COVID, that was also another serious problem. The effort is ongoing and we have to continue to do this. And our partnership with the authorities and with the National Red Cross and the Human Rights Commission will help us to improve our network. We need to create awareness about this problem and also to work together with our expertise in looking for missing people in Rwanda or in Bosnia, different parts of the country. We work together and I believe we've even managed to find lots of missing people. Just between January and June, we've managed to reunite 31 missing people with their families, not to mention the other hundreds and thousands of people that have been reunited by the ICRC with their families in different parts of the world.
Well, I mean, this is rather is a sad development, but we're looking forward to that register you're talking about, missing persons, and we'll see how Nigerians can assist in getting the word out. Thank you so much for talking to us. The ICRC Communications Coordinator, Robin Wada.
Thank you.